Well, as you see here, and from the title of the video, I have a stack of Wizard comics here that I bought at Half Price Books in a big bundle. Now, I had been looking for a pack like this at Half Price Books for a really long time, and I'd yet to see one. I'd yet to see one. I thought, nobody cares about Wizard magazine. It was a rag when it came out. No one cares about it now, certainly. At some point, somebody's got to bring in a bunch of them, and they're just going to bundle them together because they know they can't possibly sell them separate. Finally, it happened. So let's take a look at these. They're upside down for me. That's all right. I didn't want to waste my time trying to flip this around or move the camera, so I just pointed it down. You can see here we've got a mix of newer ones and older ones. Newer ones as in like, Wizard went out of business a while ago in terms of a print magazine, but they were still printing them in like 2008 at least. I know that for a fact because I bought one. That's the only one I ever purchased. It was in like 2008. New, purchased from the company. I mean, obviously I own some now that are old. This one, pretty neat. Get me out of the way. I guess I'll put them here. That's better. Spawn versus Batman, when all that rigmarole was going down. McFarlane, Miller, Jansen, Grant, Munch, and Dixon jam interview. But it's not opened. It's not open, but we've got this, which I think this is Palmiotti. I can't believe I recognize this as Jimmy Palmiotti. Before, I don't even like Jimmy Palmiotti's work. The only review I've ever done on this channel of a Jimmy Palmiotti book, I said, was not good. But you can see, like, we've got, the poster, there's probably a poster in there. Oh, I wonder if the poster is this Batman one. That'd be pretty cool. There might be trading cards, who knows, but it's unopened. Should we open it? I don't know. Not right now. Not right now. Set them down here. This one is in the sleeve, but it's been opened. This is a newer one. Let's see, what year was this one? I don't know. December 1997. So, newer than the Spawn one, but in the grand scheme of things. This is, of course, The Darkness from Top Cow. They're not that fun when they're in the bag, but I'm not going to open them right now. Boom, this one I actually already owned, but I didn't own it in the bag. This is all about Dark Horse. Dark Horse. You can see here's Hellboy. And there's some city stuff on there. A bunch of other things. Trading cards, look. Quark. I promise you, some of these are open, and they'll be more interesting to look through. But I'm not just going to rip them all open right now. Here's a Catwoman one. Again, they've got the posters in there. They've got some of them have preview comics. I thought I turned off this webcam's autofocus, but apparently not. Apparently I did not. I gotta fix that. Here we go. I'm fixing it. Ridiculous. Anyways, there we go. Inquest, the future of gaming. No idea what this says, but it was in the pack with him. I've never heard of this magazine, but it's apparently all about tabletop games, which is super interesting. You can see here is some White Wolf stuff, Vampire the Masquerade spin-offs. I mean, Werewolf the Apocalypse collectible trading card game. And then I don't, this other stuff, and this was the kind of cool stuff that people used to put time and effort into things, and now we just make a YouTube video about it. Like of a guy looking through old magazines and reminiscing about the past. Whereas people used to have a company where they had to have a layout person that laid these magazines out and did all this work and found all these images and probably had to take a lot of these images themselves and place them in there. It's pretty impressive. What year? When is this from? Copyright 1995 on the back. Oh, what's down here? Yep, July 1995. Really just look at this stuff that they used to have to do. I'm in the way. Oh well. It's good enough. You'll see this page, at least. But there's a bunch of stuff in here. I'm sure it's all really relevant to today. Oh, what new RPG game is coming out? Secrets of the Wizards. Oh my word. This pagan book with this Ouija board. Ridiculous. Bunch of Magic the Gathering stuff. Is this like a Magic the Gathering? I don't know. Magic versus money? Doesn't seem like it, but there's a bunch of Magic the Gathering stuff. Anyways, you get the point. It's all about that. These don't exist anymore. Magazines like this, trade magazines, such a niche audience, barely exists. Oh, here we go. Now you want that. Witchblade. Number 500. Exclusive offer. Sort of open. Now, who kept these and never opened them? Oh, somebody's name on the back. From Louisiana. Wonder if they still live at this address. I guess I didn't think about that if they got up in the mail. Here we go. Here's a Spawn one. Greg Capullo talks about Spawn. So this is later after Greg Capullo started drawing it, which happened by 1994. That's kind of crazy to think about. What, 92 is the year of Image? And by 94, Greg Capullo was drawing the comic. If you don't know, Greg Capullo has drawn Batman in more recent times. Angela, she's a Marvel character now. Todd McFarlane and Neil Gaiman had a lawsuit against one another. And Neil Gaiman won, and he got the rights to Angela, and he sold it to Marvel. And they've done nothing with it. Nobody cares. Whereas, if it still belonged to Todd, he'd probably have used the character. But, obviously, he lost. Oh, this one doesn't have the guy's address on the back. But it does have trading cards. And this Vortex comic issue 0, 1994, from Electro Drain Comics. I had to really look at that one. My word. Is that a Witchblade? No, I have no idea. Cybernary character? Trading card? I mean, these could be worth lots of money. A Mia Hamm rookie card from Sports Illustrated for Kids magazine. Recently sold for like $34,000. And my brother and I, we were once subscribed to Sports Illustrated for Kids during that time period. And we remember at least an issue of the magazine that we had that featured Mia Hamm. Now, he's looked through his trading card books that he still has, all these trading cards, and he didn't find that one. But I got to find my trading card books and see if it's in there. We don't necessarily remember if we had the card, but we do remember the article. So it's possible that that article also was the one with the trading card in it. So if you have that Mia Hamm rookie card, could go for as much as $34,000. But I doubt these are worth that. All right, here's finally a Wizard magazine that somebody opened. All these unopened, like that guy got that in the mail. Did he order 2 copies? Did he never read it? It just sat where? Where did it sit for 30 years unopened? After he got it in the mail, these fold out covers, I mean, terrible and awesome. This is X-Men, and there's Deadpool, Sabretooth, and some other Mega Red, Apocalypse. I think that's the character's name. Yeah, it is. Mega Red, I think. Apocalypse. Oh man, Young Blood and Bloodshot teaming up. Some Rob Liefeld art. What year is this one? I don't know, but it's this, yeah, to 93. So this is right after Images is out. Will it be good? Will Rob Liefeld be able to finish a comic in time for it to be delivered? Well, that gate cover stinks to fold these. Oh well. Malibu Comics. That don't exist. I mean, these magazines were pretty cool, if you think about it. Articles, interviews with people. Nobody treats anything this serious now. Just clickbait. You know, clickbait and gotcha articles, rumors, speculation. They actually interviewed people for this. Had to do work to talk to people in the industry. Now, that means that these people were either in on it a lot of the time. Because when those industries, like that was the whole thing with Gamergate, was that you have the journalists with relationships with the people producing what they're reporting on. And that notoriously happens in these sort of niche nerd products. So certainly it happened at Wizard, although I don't follow Wizard enough to know if that's... I mean, I remember these things, like, this used to be in Game Informer. I thought I had a Game Informer sitting around, but I must have thrown it in the trash or something. Done something with it. But Game Informer magazine used to be thick like this just a few years ago, and now it's like this thin, tiny magazine that no one wants to read. Basically, it's a waste of paper. And they used to do this where you could send in art on an envelope, and they'd print it in the magazine. I don't even think they do that anymore. I flipped through it. There was a few reviews and basically like one article. The thing used to be filled with articles and previews of games, and just like everything was coming out. And you'd be so excited. This game looks awesome. Of course, it'll always be terrible, but at least it hyped you up. Now, I don't even know what's coming out. Like, literally until somebody says, oh, this game's so fun. Oh, did that come out already? Oh, jeez. No idea. I like some of this art, but it also would never work today. Like, you can't just make a 90s comic book and expect it to sell in the day of manga being everywhere. It just doesn't work. We'll skip through. Oh, Spider-Man Maximum Carnage. The video game? Or is it including the premiere? Let's see. Maximum Carnage, Maximum Excitement, Maximum Spider-Man. 14-part Spider-Man crossover. No wonder Marvel almost went out of business in the 90s. No wonder they almost went... I think they did go bankrupt. Not almost, and they got bought out. Look, there's Chris Claremont returns with the right stuff. You say so, man. I don't think he's written anything good since the very early 90s. That's kind of a cool painting thing there. You can't really see it very well. It's kind of zoomed out, but... I wonder who did that. I'll have to look at this later. The Max. There you go. Oh, I mean, it's just the cover of the Max. That's a pretty good ad. You're like, what? Oh, is it going to be a preview? Oh, no? Okay. But it's literally just the cover of the Max, including with the price that it's going to be. That's a really good ad. It's a pretty decent cover. Too bad the Max is really weird, and I mean, only weirdos like it. And if you like the Max, that's fine. I'm just kidding around. I've never read it. I've heard about it. I've watched videos about it, so therefore I know everything about it. All right, we'll just skip through here. Infinity... What was that? Infinity Gauntlet? What was it? There you go. The Infinity Crusade. One of the sequels to the Infinity Gauntlet. There was also the Infinity War. Yeah. They just... Marvel. They had to do everything over again. And they're still doing it. They just made, like, Secret Wars again. It's like, man, that was over 30 years ago you did that. Almost 40 years ago you made this. And now you're doing it again? So we do have the poster in this one. Will it be the cover? That's the question. Well, poster, where are you? Come on. It's like stuck to it or something. Maybe I'm crazy and this isn't the poster. It's on the other side. Ha! It is! It's the cover. There you go. Sometimes it's not the cover. It's something stupid. You're like, that cover is awesome. I want the poster of that. And then they don't. That's a pretty good one. I'm not going to put it up on my wall or anything, but it's in there. It's always fun when you get the poster in it. Right, here's a newer one. And you can see the covers got kind of worse over time. They got more generic and more... I mean, you used to have something like this. Or like what we just saw. Or this. I mean, you saw it when I was over there. But the point is, and then it just got like this, where it's like this... all these words over everything, and like trying to sell it to some other crowd that doesn't care. The funny part about this one, Halle Berry talks Catwoman star on sequels, Storm and Showing Skin. So it's about Catwoman. Oh, I got bad news for you, Halle Berry. I got some bad news for you. I'm in the future. Don't star in that movie. Make sure it doesn't come out. It's going to be horrible. It'll ruin your career. You'll never have a starring role ever again. You'll have to be totally irrelevant. When was Halle Berry in something last? I honestly can't remember. It was probably some X-Men movie, X-Men 3? Was she in the Days of Future Past for a cameo? Honestly, I can't remember the last time I saw a movie with Halle Berry in it. Yikes. Oh, there she is in her Catwoman costume. What? This is how you know it's good. Buffy the Vampire Slayer years. 2004. Buffy was still on in 2004? Crazy. That makes sense. There was even a Catwoman video game. I might have to try to get that. What was it on? Xbox, GameCube, and PlayStation 2? There was a Game Boy Advance one. Oh my word. I'm going to have to track one of these down. Oh, she's got claws, a whip, stilettos, but no mercy. You can't see it. It's so tiny of words. I should have zoomed in. I should zoom in now. But I won't. Yes, I will. Let's zoom in. That's the wrong thing. That's the wrong thing! What am I doing? Alright, I'm bigger now. I'm terrible at this game. That one I can't zoom in automatically. Okay. Alright. It's okay. Waste of time. Dragon Ball Z GT, the last episodes. As a kid, everybody's like, oh, Dragon Ball Z GT. And I mean, it's not even Dragon Ball Z GT. That's what I called it as a kid. That's what everybody called it as a kid. Because nobody in America was like Dragon Ball. They were like Dragon Ball Z. But everybody was all about this. And I never saw any episodes of it. And now people don't like it because it's not canon. I mean, oh, Electra was a movie too. Was that what that was talking about? Might be. Man. Jennifer Garner. This is when after comics were totally irrelevant. Like 2004, nobody cared about comics. Like this magazine was out of business in 6 years. But we've got a preview of a comic. Is it? I wonder if did they even put posters in them at this point? Doesn't feel like it anywhere. But we got a preview comic of this. I don't know. I don't know. Soulfire? I don't know what company this is. I mean, there's some interesting stuff in here. Oh, here we go. Spider-Man 3. Everyone's going to love that. Everyone's going to love Spider-Man 3. All right, moving on. Another unopened one. Boring. Bunch of unopened ones here. You're like, why don't you open them? I'm not going to. Then they lose their collector's value. Oh, there's the guy's address again. Same guy. He must have been buying 2 copies of these. Must have. It's going to be worth money someday. Wizard Magazine. Here we go. Look at all these trading cards. Oh, from Neil Gaiman's, like, Primordial. Oh, and that's Leonard Nimoy's Primordials. And Neil Gaiman's Mr. Hero. That's a classic of Neil Gaiman's work. Everyone remembers these books from this company. I used to see these all the time at the half-price books that was near my house. And then even though it had plenty of business, it's gone now. Because apparently the landlord wouldn't renew the lease, like a scumbag. Look at that. You got some of the classics. Lex Luger. I used to see these comics there, is the point. But all the time, and nobody bought them. There's Razor Ramon. There's what's his face? Hart. What's his name? Bret Hart. Yokozuna. The Undertaker. Doink the Clown. I can't see who else is behind him. Man, the good old days, huh? Gene Roddenberry's Lost Universe card. They've got to be worth money. Here we go. Wizard Magazine. The comic book the world's #1 comic book magazine. Collector's edition. Unopened with the card in it. Jeez, I bought this for pennies. Like, yeah, less than $1 each on these. Pennies, literal pennies. Amazing. Just fantastic. Collector's edition. X-Men turns 30. Wow. Andy Kubert cover. Woo, woo. Man, I better get on eBay and start selling these. This is a later one. 99. Well, this is a different person? Same address, different name. I don't know. Rob Liefeld on Youngblood. Here we go. 94. Oh, it's pretty... Youngblood's totally irrelevant by that point, right? Oh, we've got comic books and cards. Like a preview comic from whatever this company is. And some trading cards. Jeez. We'll get into some ones that are opened here in a second. Boom, there we go. There we go. There's a cover that makes no sense. The Joker and Dr. Doom. Two-Face, Lex Luthor. What is this about? I want to read this. What's this comic? What's this comic? Is this even a comic, or did someone just draw a picture and like, oh, let's put it on the cover? It has nothing to do with what's inside. I mean, that's what Wizard used to do. Finally, here we go. DC Marvel crossover. This is what you all came to see. And this is a 20-minute video, and it's going to be awesome, and nobody's going to watch it. I love it. If you got this far, leave a comment saying I got this far. I saw the DC versus Marvel part. Well, you see that cover? Woo! Man, I can't wait to get the poster out of this one. Look at that. Pretty amazing, huh? Lobo fighting Wolverine. Batman versus Capitan America. Superman versus the Hulk. Wonder Woman and Storm. Pretty epic. And then you got Wildstorm. Everyone loves Wildstorm. This is from 96, so... And yeah, only from Image. I could have just looked at it. I hadn't sold it to DC at that point. From Dusk Till Dawn ad. I mean, this is the fun of these magazines. Is like the nostalgia. Like, if you looked at this and you said from Dusk Till Dawn, you'd really have no clue what this was about. It's like from, I guess you had vampires on no interviews. Vampires no interviews. So it's ruined. Like the whole point of the film is that the vampires are a surprise. I guess you do know. And this is a sort of a vampiric font there. I don't know. It looks like a Buffy to me. Buffy font. Reminiscent. I'm watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer lately. You don't watch that show, you're a loser. Just say that the fun of... I mean, people used to put time and effort into things, and you used to have to put forth money to make things. And now, it's like, no, not at all. Calvin and Hobbes take their last wagon trip. That's sad. Ultra Force is on fire. Yes, everyone loves Ultra Force. That's everyone's favorite comic book. Oh, they're casting. This is when they would do these, like, they say, oh, we're going to make an adaptation of The Dark Knight Returns. This is who we would cast in the roles, like dream casting. Who they want as Batman, let's see. They wanted NFL star Fred Dreyer. Former NFL star Fred Dreyer. Okay. Superman, they wanted Brad Johnson. What? I mean, Ed Harris is Two-Face. Okay, I guess. Sam Elliott as Commissioner Gordon. Tim Curry as Joker. That almost happened. Tim Curry was actually the original Joker for Batman, the animated series, and then he got replaced with Mark Hamill. That's true. They want Ronald Reagan to play Ronald Reagan. I mean, he is an actor, so I guess that would make sense. Ronald Reagan playing himself was an actor. He's no longer. All right. What is this? DC Vertigo. I never heard of this. Blood and Shadows. Anybody read that? Any good? There's so much garbage in these. So much garbage from the 90s. Oh, that's some brutal painting stuff that doesn't look all that great. No Alex Ross. It was probably Alex Ross, and I just don't know. Oh, they give you tips on how to do things. Fantastic. All right, here we go. There's a poster. Oh, look, Batman the Animated Series. And the Tick. That looks interesting. And the poster is totally something else. Not even the cool cover of X-Men, the Marvel versus DC crossover event. whatever this Foxfire character is from the Ultraverse that no one cares about. Sorry. Nobody cares. Oh, jeez. Where are her organs? My thinking on why they did this, why they stopped doing the covers as the poster, is that they figured like, oh, people will just cut the cover off and use that as a poster. Yeah, but it has stuff on it. Like, that's a better poster than, but the posters were just ads. They were just ads for the thing. So who paid for the poster to be in there? Obviously, this Ultraverse people. These Ultraverse people paid for it. All right, that's it. Now we're getting into like the worth of your comics is 2 cents. Oh, here's a classic. Hey, we saw that one earlier, unopened. The Superman the electric blue Superman. What year was that? 97. I remember seeing an advertisement for this in, like, we used to get these little Discovery Kids. Just got like National Geographic for Kids or something at school. They'd give them to us. And for some reason they talked about this, and I don't remember what. It was mostly about science, but this one advertised electric blue Superman. And I was like, oh man, as a kid, I was like, well, Superman, cool. And then I looked at it and I was like, I want this. I want him in this costume. And then so did everybody else. So obviously it didn't work. What's next for Marvel? Bankruptcy and then success. Lots of success in movies. Not so much in comics. Nobody has success in comics these days. Kenner Toys. The Dark Knight. Legends of the Dark Knight toys. Pretty cool. Electric blue Superman. Oh my word. These kind of gimmicks, like these, they knew they were going to go back to that costume. Oh, never again will he don the red and blue. It's always going to be this white and blue, or red and white. And like 2 days later, he was back in his red and blue costume. That's why nobody likes comic books. It's one of the reasons why there's many reasons. The crossover events was a huge one. Man, ads for toys. You can see like a lot of ads, just ads. It's all ads. It's all just, there might be an article that sort of has some news, but mostly it's just an ad. It's just an ad for whoever's selling the comics. Let's be honest. I'd have never heard of this. Virus. On August 14th, mankind is history. Virus. Oh my word. Coronavirus. They predicted that. I've never heard of this movie, honestly. Anybody know Virus? 98? Tom Strong. It's a good design. A classic characters. You can't even see it. You can't even see it. I gotta move it over here. Boom. That's the kind of classic designs. And that was kind of the idea of the character. He's classic. Basketball, starring the creators of South Park. That's what it says right here. And starring the creators of South Park. From the director of Naked Gun. Basketball. There's a hit. There's a hit. Still talking about Marvel versus DC. Or is it just like a fake fight? I don't think Rogue. There you go. The Spirit. Fantastic. What is this? What is this? Cosplay. Somebody dressed as a character. Where's the... I don't know. This is getting weird. Where's the poster? I've been gypped. I've been gypped in my old magazine from years ago that somebody already owned. There was a... Well, I mean, I have the unopened copy, so I definitely have the magazine. Superman the Animated Series. You can't see it. You can't see it! I'm in the way. There you go. I should have made myself smaller. I can still do it. Boom! Problem solved. Why didn't I think of that earlier? Because I'm dumb. Look at all this great stuff. Crazy to think South Park has been on since the late 90s. Like 96, I think it came out. Madman toy. It looks nothing like the artwork of Madman, though. That's a failure. Tekken 3. WWF Warzone. Oh my word. Biofreaks. Video game reviews. That's cool. Man, the paper quality got either worse or better. I don't know, but this printing quality in the back is actually better than the early ones. By 98, apparently. The paper stock they've been using changed. We're getting near the end. We're getting near the end. We've got 2 left. We'll finish with the Spawn one. '97. I think this was from later. Just something about the colors and the paper stock on this doesn't say 97 to me. That still seems like too 2000-y. But apparently by 97 they were doing that kind of coloring. Oh, what movie do we have here? Prepare for the Arrival. Oh, no, it's a TV show on Fox. From the director and producer of Independence Day. That classic. Fantastic Four #1. The heroes return in the dawn of a new age. Everybody remembers that comic, I'm sure. Who drew? Oh my word! Why is it? It's like his chest out, like. Yeah, I'm gonna draw Robin like a super chick. Like he's gonna just stick his chest out and have no visible bulge in the pants. All right. What do we got here? Michael Moorcock's Multiverse. Anybody read these comics? These Michael Moorcock comics? What's his name? I don't know. It's like an albino character with a sword. I read the first book in that series. I don't even know if it was the first book. It's kind of weird. It was like because he wrote them in short story anthologies, and so then they put them together as books later or something. I don't know. I didn't care for it. More casting. Ideal casting. You want Anthony Hopkins as Alfred? But he better be like the starring. The movie better be about Alfred if you're getting him. Who would they want as Batman? Let's see. Who is it? Alec Baldwin as Batman? Nah. Nah. Batman versus Predator 3. Everyone loved that one. There you go. There's Evil Ernie. Everybody loves Evil Ernie, the classic creation from what's his face? What's his name? Say it in the comments below. I'm blanking on everything today. I'm totally out of it. Avengers #1. You know what I'm excited for is Captain America #1, drawn by Rob Liefeld. I remembered his name. You know, he created what's her face? Death Lady. Death Woman. Lady Death. There you go. What's his name? I don't know. I'm going to remember as soon as I turn this off and I actually have some time to think, okay, we don't want to look at that, how much your comic books are worth. Tempest. I don't know what any of this is. Yeah, Wizard Magazine. We'll finish with this one with Spawn on the cover. Everybody loves Spawn. Everybody loves Spawn. And Angela, she's not a Spawn character. She doesn't belong to McFarlane. That's a Marvel character. Was there some sort of crossover that happened? I'm excited for that poster. Totally not going to be the poster that's in here. Watch, if there's a poster at all. Just jump right to the poster. What do you think? What do you think? It's not. It's the worst one I've ever seen. What is that? Fake X-Men. That's the poster. You have Spawn and Angela on the cover. And you give me an advertisement for something nobody's ever read. Congratulations. By November 1994, they were awful. They were totally awful. Oh, I'll teach you how to draw legs. There you go. Want to learn how to draw a leg? Just take a look at that. We'll just keep it on this page for a little while. You can take your time, draw What in the world? Captain Picard has Super Picard. Somebody drew it. There's Bone. Bone characters as Batman and Spawn. Amazing. Oh, there's some more proportion. Try to draw. Learn how to draw all these things in proportion. Amazing. Fantastic. I'm really mad about that poster being something stupid. I mean, could it be any worse? Like, the literal ad on the back of the poster is better than what they were trying to get. Like, that's just an ad. Who even are these characters? Like, I literally have no idea. I'm gonna have to read this. Malibu Comics? I don't even know, like, Star Slammers? Walt Simonson's Nocturnals? Is it a crossover? I mean, what even is this? Man, advertisements used to be so cool and epic. Like, you couldn't even possibly read this. After, I guess it says, after years in the defense. What is it even an ad for? What is it an ad for? It's worse than this one, but not better. No, actually, it's better. It's way better designed than this. Like, who would just put yellow words on a black background and think that's good enough to catch someone's eyes? What an idiot. What an idiot.
Explosion! Fly Fox!